Once upon a time, deep in the heart of Africa, where the acacia trees stretched their branches towards the sky like ancient worshippers and the elephants roamed freely, there was a small village nestled between rolling hills. This was no ordinary village. Its people were the custodians of age-old traditions, and every year they performed a ritual that baffled outsiders. This test, passed down from generation to generation, was the rite of passage marking the transition from childhood to adulthood in the Bakongo tribe. Every year, when the full moon bathed the savannah in its silver light, the young men of the village prepared to face the greatest challenge of their lives. The sun was setting on the horizon, dyeing the sky shades of red and gold, when 3 young men were summoned to the chief's hut. Every year, all the boys of the village had to leave their homes and venture into the wild for 6 long days. They were not allowed to bring anything with them, not even a spear or a piece of cloth. They had to survive, find food, and most importantly, show courage. If they failed, they returned home, empty-handed and humiliated. They succeeded. This year, it was the turn of 3 young men, Navili, Savi, and Sadi. Navili was the strongest of the 3. He spent most of his time hunting and fishing. Save was known for his speed. He could outrun any young man in the village, and his agility was the stuff of legends. Sodi, on the other hand, was the quietest of them all. He preferred the company of his elderly parents and the village wise man to learn how to use medicinal plants. It was dusk when the 3 young black men left the town to face the jungle. The entire village had gathered to see them off, their faces etched with a mixture of pride and worry. The chief of the village held a staff aloft, his face serious. A tribal chief reminded them that they had to return in 6 days, bringing their offering, a symbol of their feat. The 3 young black men disappeared in the jungle. The first 2 days passed without incident. Both Navili and Savi had proven their mettle by killing dangerous animals. The first 2 had managed to hunt a lion and a giant snake, bringing back meat and skins that would serve as proof of their exploits. Sadi found a honeycomb of wild bees and placed a banana leaf and elephant dung on top to collect the honeycomb and not be stung by the bees. Just when he thought he couldn't go on any longer, he saw a herd of elephants in the distance. Remembering his training, he climbed a tall tree and stayed there until the elephants had passed. In the distance, Sodi followed the elephants to find water and food, so he could drink and fish. The 3 young black men from the tribe met near a river, and together they returned to the village. The 3 young black men from the tribe set off through the jungle, and upon exiting it, they saw the first huts of the tribe. The 2 young black men from the tribe headed towards the chief's hut. Sodi handed his parents the honeycomb outside his hut. At dusk, the 3 entered the chief's hut. The elders sat in a circle around them. The air was thick with reverence. The chief, holding his sacred spear, looked at them one by one. Navili, what have you done to be called a warrior? I killed a lion with my bare hands, he said proudly. The elders murmured, visibly impressed. Save, and you? I killed a giant cobra. My spear still holds its venom. More murmurs, more astonishment. And you, Sadi, what have you done? The young man lowered his gaze. Then he calmly looked up. I took honey from a wild hive. The others laughed. Is that all? Honey? But the chief raised his hand, and everyone fell silent. It's not easy to face wild bees. It requires patience, strategy, and courage. But tell me, why did you choose that instead of hunting a dangerous beast? Sadie, feeling the weight of all the eyes on him, took a deep breath before answering. His voice, though soft, resonated with a conviction that silenced even the most skeptical. Great Chief Kamba, elders of our tribe, my dear brothers, he began, looking at each of those present. Sodi replied, my parents are old and sick. I knew honey would strengthen them. I went into the forest not only to prove my worth, but to take care of them. I couldn't return with empty glory. My strength is only useful if it serves love. Silence. The elders looked at each other. The chief stood up. Without a word, he placed the warrior's spear in Sadi's hands. Navili, you are strong. Savi, you are brave. But Sadi, you think of others. Your respect for your parents, your ability to choose good over glory, makes you more than a warrior. It makes you wise. Someday, you will take my place. As Chief Kamba spoke, a gentle breeze entered the hut, as if nature itself wanted to give its blessing to the words spoken. Outside, the night sky was filled with stars, silent witnesses to this momentous moment in the tribe's history. Suddenly, as if a spark had lit a fire, the cabin erupted in cheers and applause. The elders approached Sadi, placing their hands on his shoulders in a sign of respect and approval. Nabili and Save, overcoming their initial surprise, joined the celebration, recognizing the wisdom of the chief's choice. The news quickly spread throughout the village. Soon, the sound of drums and chanting filled the night air. Around a large bonfire, the entire village gathered to celebrate not only the passage into adulthood as the flames danced towards the starry sky. Reflected in the jubilant faces of the villagers, a profound truth was established in that true courage is not always demonstrated with brute strength or spectacular feats. Sometimes it manifests itself in the simplest acts, guided by love and compassion. The warrior's trial had revealed an invaluable lesson. Being a man, being a true warrior, is not about conquering the world or dominating nature. True courage isn't always demonstrated through strength. Those who respect, care, and act wisely are worthy of leading others. The Bakongo tribe learned that true strength lies in the heart that beats for others, in the hands that reach out to help, and in the mind that seeks the common good. Being a man is not about conquering the world, but about serving it with love and courage.